Hiya, and welcome back to Tennis Ace, the game that teaches us that, shit. The game that teaches us that life is never ending. This is going to be, if you're watching this on YouTube, this is going to be the 48th video of Tennis Ace done. And I feel like we're not even halfway through the game yet. Let's just hop right in. It is finally the end of exam week. The mood inside the classroom is as gloomy as can be. Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot. Most students either... Yeah, I read your tweet. Yeah, hiya. Yeah, Amethyst, I read your tweet. There will not be a Just Chatting stream tonight. I talked to, my roommate. He's doing stuff right now, and I haven't really had a chance to, talk with Star today. So, yeah, there is not going to be a Just Chatting stream tonight. Tomorrow, on the other hand, is a different story. Yeah, tomorrow is a different story. What the hell just happened? What just happened? Let me make sure that my headphones are still plugged in. Yeah, my headphones are still plugged in. What the hell just happened? Most students either left silently or just hung around hunched over their desks and contemplating their mistakes in life. Right next to me is one such student. You don't look so good. I'm fine. Seriously, you look a little pale and you have bags under your eyes. Have you been sleeping at all? Probably not as much as I should. I know this goes without saying, but you do know there's no point in getting good grades if you're dead from it, right? Now you're just being dramatic. June tries to stand, but his legs start to wobble and he falls back down to his chair. Jesus, are you alright? Yeah, I just got up too fast and made me lightheaded. And I'm also kinda really hungry. Please tell me you've been eating right. Come on, June, don't do this sort of thing. I'll be fine. I just need to rest a little bit. I was kind of considering going to the music room to practice a little before heading home, but I don't think that'd be a good idea. It very much wouldn't. Do I need to carry you home in order for you to be responsible? No! I can head home by myself. It's fine. And are you actually going to eat and then sleep, or are you going to go to your piano and start being an idiot? I promise I'll take care of myself. I'm just a little tired because this week was really tough. I'm not very good at studying, especially on my own, and then seeing the lack of results just puts so much stress on me that I kind of crumble. It gives me this weird sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach, as if it were twisting itself into knots. Hiya. Yeah, hiya. None of that sounds good at all. You better go home right away. I really don't want you wandering around the school when you're like this. Don't worry, I will. I really don't like feeling so tired. I mean, I got a little bit of extra energy when I reached that good state of sleep deprivation where you start to see spots and feel really energetic. But that was last night and it's already gone now. How can you call that good? This tiger really worries me sometimes. Just go home already. Please. I'll call you a taxi if I need to. I don't know if I want you walking home like this. I'll be fine. Seriously. I can take care of myself. Are you sure? Because from the way you're talking, I get the feeling you'd be hit by a car. I'm not that tired. I can still pay attention when crossing the road. For some reason, I'm not sure if I believe him. Fine by me. I fucking love June. If I believe him. But it's not like I can force him to do something either. And he did say he already intends to go straight home. How can someone put themselves in this kind of situation? Fine. I'll let it slide this time. But if something like this happens again, I'm dragging you to the doctor's office by the hand and forcing you to sleep there. Got it? Yeah! Got it! June quickly shoves his things haphazardly inside his bag and picks it up. Yeah, very much foreshadowing. This time he gets up on his feet and much more slowly and carefully. He taps his feet on the ground a few times, almost as if you're testing something. Alright, no other problems. Good as new. You're most definitely not good as new. I'll talk to you later, Yuichi-san. Have a good weekend. Yeah, you too. As he's leaving, it occurs to me that he didn't say a word about his performance on the exams. I really hope all that effort and terrible sleeping and eating habits weren't for nothing. I think I'm going to try checking up on the others. Keisuke is probably going to be meeting up with his band members from now until the time they go to the music store to rehearse. He does. Dun, 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 dun. Under the Tree by Sim is stuck in my head. I kind of feel like I'd be in the way, so I'd rather not. I know some things about medicine stuff. Not a lot, but I know some things. I know first aid. I will stay by Jun's side because I love him. I volunteer as tribute. I messaged Sai and Shoichi, wanting to talk to the two and see how they went with their tests. Oh. Sai messaged me back less than a minute later saying we could talk for a bit before she had to leave for a shift at the diner. I quickly spot Sai sitting at her desk and talking to Shoichi, who is standing right next to her. Oh, hey there. I didn't know you were going to be here too, Shoichi. You didn't even read the message I sent you. You sent me a message? Sorry, I had my phone turned off, so I didn't know. What are you doing here? He's been coming to my classroom every day the past week so we can talk about the exams and compare answers. I'm sorry, but I actually understand this way more than I probably should. So I was genuinely a bit worried. Oh, I didn't know that. How come you didn't invite me? I would have, but you refused to keep studying with me, so I didn't think you'd be all too interested in spending your free time after class doing more studying. It's more like reviewing instead of studying, but he's still got a point. Sorry, I shouldn't have said anything. It's alright, don't take it so seriously. How did you two do, by the way? I just tried talking to Jun before he went home, and he was a mess, to put it lightly. Yeah, I know, I kind of ran into him being all zombie-like this morning. I saw him nearly walk straight into a column. I really shouldn't have let him go home all on his own. Hopefully he'll have done at least passably well. As in getting the bare minimum to pass? I don't think I can really ask for much more than that. Yeah. I'm gonna go close my window real quick. Nah, I'm gonna leave it open. Ugh. That's a fair point. It's kind of sad how low our expectations are at this point. Oh, by the way, a little birdie told me a little secret. Oh no, Shoichi, what the hell did you tell her? What? Why do you immediately think it's me? Hiya. You don't even know what she's going to say. Because whenever something like this happens, you're usually the one blabbing to her so she can make fun of me. So, there's some really hot gossip going around the school that you've been spending a lot of time droning around the light music club. Oh no. Please don't tell me... Oh no. Please don't tell me that's something... Not really. They even say you're interested in Ichigo-chan. What? Whoa! Is this true? Of course it's not true. Who the hell told you that? Really? Heard it from one of the girls in my class. I was thinking Sam sounded like Sam Gladiator from the Minecraft Yandere Simulator roleplay. Is that true, Theta? No. Sam is literally my roommate. And I feel like it's pretty obvious. Sam isn't his real name. We just call him Sam whenever we're doing a Just Chatting stream. I actually do not know where he is right now. He is somewhere. But no. It's funnier to just call him roommate. Why are the girls in your class gossiping about me? I don't go to this class. Yeah, but Ichigo-chan does. Wait, Really? You didn't know that? Of course not! Why would I ever need to know that? So you're really not interested in Ichigo-chan? Not beyond an anthropologic... Hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Like I said, if Star is up for it, then we will do another Just Chatting stream tomorrow. If she isn't up for it, then, I do not know when the next one will be. But I do think we'll be doing another one. Not beyond an anthropological level, no. Aw, it's a bummer. A bummer? Why are you getting so invested in something that doesn't even concern you? Let alone with absolutely zero confirmation. Dare I ask why exactly? It's just that it would have been the first time you've ever been interested in a girl, so I got excited for a second. Plus, I like Ichan too, so it'd be nice if she became part of our group. Ichan? Does anyone even call her that? Is that even Japanese? Please spare me this kind of thing. I have no interest in her. Aww. And here I thought that could explain why you've been hanging out with Urushihara so much. I am pretty sure the most simple explanation for that is because I wanted to hang out with him. So, you've just been hanging around the band because you wanted to spend time with Kei-chan? Of course! Why would you think I'd have any other reason? Another reason? Well, I just thought he wouldn't have the free time for that anymore after the festival. Guess nothing came out of his confession. Yeah, about that! Hang on, let me move my microphone closer to me. Here we go. Yeah, about that, Saya. I'm immediately reminded something critical that I'd forgotten. Sai already knew Keisuke planned to confess to someone, so me spending so much time with him, especially after the date of when he told her he was going to confess. She could end up figuring it out thanks to that. Confession? Who confessed? Urushihara? To whom? Whoa, calm down there and breathe a little. What's gotten into you? I can see the gears turning inside Shoichi's head. I already thought that he'd gotten a little suspicious from the way he was acting when he ran into Keisuke at my place on Sunday. You said Urushihara was going to confess to someone? I didn't even know he had feelings for someone like that. Who is he confessing to? I don't know. Believe me, I tried to get him to tell me, but he just said he just wanted me to help him come up with words to say without me knowing who he was saying them to. And I really wanted to know because it got me really curious. I don't think it's nice to pry into our friends' lives like that. Don't you guys agree? Boo! You're so boring sometimes. Just let me have fun. Right. Besides, nothing probably came off of it. Otherwise, we'd have been told by now, right? I sure hope so, but Kei-chan can be really good at keeping secrets if he wants to. He is jealous. No kidding. Oh, man. Shoichi's definitely suspicious. He is so jelly. Like, oh my god. He is so jelly, like, oh my god. Oh man, Shoichi's definitely suspicious. If he hasn't figured it out, it's just because he thinks there's no way something like that could happen. He's so gelatinous. But he's shooting me weird looks every now and again. That makes my skin crawl. It definitely seems like he's on to something. Anyway... Anyway, we came here to talk about the exams, right? How did you guys fare? I just realized we kind of skipped that question. Oh, right. I did well, I suppose. I had a little bit of trouble with the world literature portion, but other than that, it was mostly fine. I kind of skipped the syllabus for that one because I got lazy. Wow. And you have the guts to look me in the eye and say that I don't study. But you don't. I think I did fine for the most part. Social studies is probably going to be my best grade, though. Really? I thought you hated social studies. What makes you so confident? Yuichi studied with me for a bit on Sunday. It helped so much of it click in my head, and the whole subject made a lot more sense after. I really don't like subjects like that in general, though, especially sociology and philosophy. Everything is so subjective. I really prefer things to be a bit more set in stone. Let me, move my mic a bit. What did you expect from a subject that is basically the mad ramblings of a bunch of long-dead old dudes from 5,000 years ago or something? The ancient Greeks are from 330 BC. Are you sure? Then what was it that happened 5,000 years ago? I don't know. A lot of things, probably. Just not the ancient Greek philosophers. I think 5,000 years ago was around the time the ancient Egypt became developing. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that one. I hate history! Too many dates to memorize! You hate anything that makes you use your head. Not entirely wrong. What about you, Yoichi-kun? How do you think you did on the test? I probably did fine. Not great, but well enough to maintain my point average. What do you mean you're not invited to that? I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone's allowed to show up. Your point average is already stupidly high for someone that puts in no effort whatsoever. Aw, thank you! That wasn't a compliment, that was a consternation. I appreciate both. Hey, at least clubs will start operating again next week. I'm really itching to start practicing again. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I forgot about that. Damn! I'm sorry! I totally forgot. It's fine. I have to get used to it sooner rather than later anyways. Did something happen? Come on, Yoichi-kun. It's hard to stand up for you when you keep forgetting things like this. I'm going to announce my retirement from the volleyball club next week. I'll announce who will be the club's new captain, and then that's it for my volleyball career. Oh. I'm so sorry, Shoichi. It'll be fine. It's not like it's the end of the world, right? It's just volleyball. I'm also just going to miss having the frequent exercise and getting to spend time with the team. Other than that, it's not a big deal. If you say so. I do, so cheer up. I don't want to see you looking so sad. It's just a high school club. It's not going to matter in 5 or 10 years. I guess that's one way to look at it. I mean, that I really can't bring myself to agree with. But at the end of the day, Shoichi's feelings for volleyball are his own. If he can see it as just a fun little hobby, then that's his thing. I could never think that way about tennis, even if I spent the past few years running away from it. It just doesn't click in my head. I'm really sorry to cut our conversation short, but I kind of need to run, otherwise I'll be late for my shift. Sure, run along. I have other things I need to do anyway. You do? Yeah, gotta swing by the student council room, work on expediting a few documents, so there will be one less thing to worry about next week. Pretty easy stuff. Just don't go overworking yourself. I wouldn't do something like that. You have my word. Alright, see you boys later. Bye-bye. Have a good shift. Alright, bye, material girl. Oh! Drama. Is there going to be some drama with Shoichi? She grabs her bag and almost literally runs out the door, slamming it loudly behind her. That girl is way too full of enthusiasm. I should probably get going too. The sooner I get my work done, the sooner I get to head home and relax. Right. Shoichi walks to the door, his bag banging from his shoulder and swaying with every step. I watch his tail drooping between his legs. For some reason, my chest feels a little bit tight. Hey, Shoichi. Yes? You'd tell me if there was anything going on with you, right? Huh? What kind of question is that? Just, if you were down or upset or anything bad was going on, you'd let me know, right? Of course! You'd be the first one I'd tell. Do you promise? Yes, I promise. What, do you want me to pinky swear it too, like we're back in 5th grade? No, I was just thinking some stuff and wanted to make sure, that's all. Jeez, don't be such a weirdo. Talk to you later. See ya. For some reason, I don't feel good. I kind of want to go home right now. No. I've shaken this weird feeling off. I still want to meet up with Keisuke. I did promise we'd see each other on Friday after the tests. And maybe we could make plans for that date he said he wanted to take me to. It's a little embarrassing to be looking forward to this kind of stuff. God, it's so weird to think that I have feelings for someone, much less a guy. Like, the only things that came up in your head with Star and Roommate were Star and Sam being a chaotic duo and Theta being a parent. Yeah. Couple things. One, I want to help Shoichi. I want to help him. But unfortunately, we are not on his route, and there's nothing we can do. And also, the whole me being a parent thing. Yeah, not in, like, the friend group that I'm usually with. That is not at all how it works. Like, Star and I, we are in this one friend group. She and I are chaotic as fuck. Like, okay, we're just, like, climbing up shit, jumping off of shit, doing dangerous shit. And, someone else was there, another friend. This friend, she's like, no, get down. And just all angry. Hopefully we'll get to meet her soon. My life is turning out so weird lately. I make my way to the band's club room, but as soon as I reach the hallway, I find them all gathered in front of the room, sitting and standing around chatting. What about me and Sam? I wouldn't say that me and him are very chaotic. Yeah, me and him aren't really chaotic.
Ah, Yuichi. There you are.
There who is where?
I was wondering if you were going to show up.
You were expecting me? You've kind of been showing up out of the blue a lot of the time, so we've kind of started to expect at this point. Come on, that hasn't been that often. Maybe a handful of times at the most. It's alright, you shouldn't be embarrassed or self-conscious about it. It's nice to have a friendly face that isn't necessarily a band member. I thought that was already Kei-chan's job.
Hysterical.
Are you guys going to go to the store to rehearse again today?
Yeah, but that's a few hours away still.
We're all going to head home before we go for it. Really? Thought you'd all head home together here from school.
Are you kidding? Rehearsal starts at 8 p.m. There's no way we'd hang around doing nothing for 4 hours just so we could head there together.
Yeah. Hope Shoichi's doing okay. It's not very efficient.
Or smart.
Okay, I got it. I'm stupid. No one said that. So what are you guys doing here right now then?
We were just celebrating the end of exams and how we all got through it in one piece.
Some more than others. The monkey sighs, leaning his back against the wall. My parents are going to really get on my ass if I don't score high enough in these.
I did tell you to study. I tried to help you study. You wanted nothing to do with it.
You could have pushed me a little more, you know, been more insistent.
What am I? Your mother?
You certainly look very young for your age, miss.
Go to hell.
We were all about to head home anyway, so if you want to, you can already pick Kei-chan up.
Please stop calling me that. I've asked you multiple times.
Everyone, just make sure you're all in time. Even if we're sharing the cost 6 ways, those soundproof rooms are so very expensive, so I'd rather not waste any time.
Yeah, Kurusu, don't be late again. I told you I was helping an old lady cross the street.
You're always helping someone do something, and you always end up being late. I'm not going to give up on my basic decency just to save some time. Alright, we'll disband for now. See you all at 8 p.m. Cheers!
Gotcha.
Bye-bye.
I see you in a few.
The band members all go on their ways, heading in different directions down the hallway. I suppose some of them might still have business in the building.
Heh, I have to admit, part of me was expecting you to head straight home after school.
I considered it, but I thought you might want to see me.
You thought right.
Keisuke takes a quick step towards me before I can react, plants a peck on my cheek before nuzzling against my neck. Whoa! We're in public.
Don't worry, everyone's already left.
He gives me another kiss, this time on my neck, before stepping away again.
That's just my way of telling you I missed you this week.
I missed you too.
You look so cute when you're red.
I object to this entire conversation.
You love saying that, don't you?
Maybe.
I'll admit, I'm happy you came over, even if we might not have that much time together.
We won't.
Sadly, we won't. I need to go home. My father wanted me to come home straight away once tests were finished so we can talk about my academics or something like that.
That sounds like a pain in the ass.
It could be worse. For better or worse, I'm used to it. It was one of his demands if I wanted to be allowed to go to this school.
They are so cute together. Like, oh my god. You had to be allowed to go here?
Yeah, I know this is a really good school and all, but do you think someone of my birth would usually go to a place like this?
I guess I always wondered about that a little.
I had my own reasons for wanting to go here, but that went against my father and my grandmother's plans, so it was a lot of struggle to get them to agree to it. Of course, the agreement came with several strings attached. One of them is that I always keep them updated on my studies and that I study a lot at home to make up for the deficiencies of lower grade education. Ugh, just saying that out loud already has me annoyed.
I never knew about that. I mean, I guess I never asked, so it's only fair that he didn't tell me, but still! I did always think it was a little strange that someone coming from such a rich family would be in this school. It is a private school and all, and a very prestigious one at that, but far from the sort of place I'd imagine the son of a worldwide company CEO to attend. Why did you even choose to come to the school anyway?
It's a bit... Alright, I'll tell you. Just don't laugh at me, okay?
Okay.
Just remember, I cheered you up when Aki was making fun of you about wanting to be more like me. Remember, I didn't make fun of you or anything.
Yes, I remember that. Just spill the beans already.
Right, sorry, I'm rambling. So, back when I was graduating from middle school, I was still very much an unknown player. I wasn't even considered particularly strong in the prefecture, let alone the region or the country. And back then, there was this player I really admired a lot. I loved watching his matches. I thought his confidence was magnetic. I admired him for years, really. You see where I'm going with this, right?
Oh, wait. You came to our school for me?
Are you going to be creeped out if I say yes?
Maybe just a little bit.
Ugh.
So, I'm actually kind of flattered. You acted like you had no idea who I was when you first joined the tennis club, though.
Of course I did. Do you have any idea how embarrassing it would be if I joined the club and immediately started gushing over you? How uncool would that be?
I don't know. We might have started hanging out earlier if it wasn't for that.
Maybe. But I have to say, I don't regret having our relationship take the trajectory it took. I'm happy with where we are now, even if it's just at the very start.
You're really sappy today, aren't you?
I guess in a way I've been interested in you from the very start, just not always romantically.
Aw, man, I don't really know how to react to this. I wish I could say the same, but I had no idea who you were when we first met.
I wouldn't have expected you to know. One thing that I always liked when I watched you play is how you always seemed really humble, and yet above everything at the same time. Like, you didn't look down on other players because you didn't really feel obligated to act super chummy with them just for the sake of keeping a good image. You've always been really unapologetically you. That's something I really respect.
It's definitely gotten me in trouble its fair share of times, though.
Yeah, I'll bet it did. Anyway, I really need to get going now. I'll try to text you before rehearsal.
Okay, hopefully you'll have a good day still.
I got to see and talk to you. It's already a pretty good one.
You're a flatterer, aren't you?
I try.
Keisuke grabs my hand, giving it a quick, gentle squeeze.
I'll see you later.
Keisuke walks down the hallway, disappearing when he turns the corner to go down the stairs. I watch him go with a big, goofy smile on my face. Leaning against the hallway window, I stare at the campus grounds, watching to see when he leaves the building. I watch his tiny little figure downstairs making its way out of the campus while idly touching the spot on my neck that he had kissed. I have butterflies in my stomach. I am very jealous of them. I am very jealous of them. This is such a nice feeling to have. No wonder Saya-chan was excited at the idea of me falling for someone. I guess it just didn't work out the way she thought it would. June 11th, day 26. I wonder if I should wear something different from usual today. I've only been up for a little under an hour, but I still had time to take a bath and get dressed. So anxious and fidgety that I even fixed my bedsheets, which is also unlike me. Now that I have nothing to do except to wait for the agreed upon time, I'm pacing around in my room, trying anything to keep me distracted. Which brings me right back to clothes. I've been staring at myself in the mirror and wondering if maybe I should wear something different. I mean, summer's starting and all, so it's even hotter now than it was a couple of weeks ago, so I suppose it makes sense for me to be wearing a tank top and shorts. But at the same time, I have no idea what Keisuke has planned for today at all. Would he get mad at me if I showed up like I always do, or am I worrying too much? I feel like I'm slowly going insane here. Why do I even care so much? It's just supposed to be a silly little date. It's not a big deal. Yeah, we've hung out dozens of times before. There's nothing weird or different about it. It'll be the same as always. Us getting together to have some innocent fun. Yep, it's totally not a big deal. Except it totally is a big deal. I feel like banging my head against a wall. Maybe that would knock some sense into it. Aniki. My door is gingerly opened, my little brother's face peering at me curiously before seeing me standing still in the middle of my room. As soon as he notices I'm up and about, Aki fully swings the door open and walks in. Now that's unusual. What is? I went to take a shower and saw that the bath had already been used, but Mom isn't even up yet. I don't think I can recall a single time you've woken up before me during a weekend in the past year. Oh, yeah, I guess that's fair. Is something the matter? Did your insomnia get worse? Nah, I'm feeling pretty good, actually. I have plans today. Aki cocks his head to the side, glancing at me with curious eyes. Plans? I didn't hear anything from Shoichini. Isn't it with the usual group? No, today is just going to be me and Keisuke. Also, it concerns me that you're in touch with Shoichi to the point of knowing my plans from him instead of me. Keisuke-san, huh? Yep, he said he wanted to take me out today. Been planning on it for at least a week, actually. Although, to be perfectly honest, I have no idea what he's planning. How come? I tried asking a couple times, but he always said he wanted to keep it a surprise. Surprise? Aki blinks a few times, staring at me in complete silence. Yeah, I think we might just go out for lunch and then hang out for a little while. But then again, I can hardly ever predict what the guy is going to do. Oh, actually, maybe I could ask you this instead of worrying all by myself. Do you think what I'm wearing is fine? I mean, I do wear clothes like these a lot, but I was wondering if maybe I should dress a little bit better today. You know, K-kun, his clothes are always kind of fancy even when things are casual. You're worrying about your clothes? Like, okay. Like, your gay ass, your homo ass is screaming. My gay ass, my homo ass is freaking the fuck out. Because it's like, ah! This is Keisuke we're talking about. I'm living every day like it's doomsday, and it's just another Tuesday. The internet is telling me that's depression. Yeah, it's my obsession. Never learn my lesson, cause I'm living every day like it's doomsday. Like it's doomsday. Sorry, I just dig this. Oh, wait. Okay. Yuichi! You don't want people to know, and yet you're making it obvious to Akiyoshi. You're very good at keeping secrets. You worrying about your clothes? Yeah, I suppose so. Why? Aki continues to blankly stare at me without saying a word, starting to make the hairs on the back of my neck want to bristle, and for some reason I don't really like the feeling of that. What's wrong? Do I have something on my face or something? You've been spending a lot of time with Keisuke-san lately, haven't you? I suppose I have. Haven't thought too much about it. Why are you looking at me like that? It's giving me the creeps, so I wish you wouldn't. Hey, Oniki, are you and Keisuke-san a couple? Alright, it was nice knowing you. If you need me, I'm going to be in bed for the next 7 billion trillion years.
It's time to go bye-byes! It's time to go bye-byes!
Fuck! Akiyoshi is... Akiyoshi is just built different. Like, we're just like... Aki... Hey, Aniki, are you and Keisuke-san a couple? Huh? I feel the thin string that usually maintains my sanity at all times snap. Unable to believe that I've just been asked something like that so directly, I can only stare at Aki with a gaping mouth. It's not that difficult of a question to answer. You don't have to look at me like that. Why would you ask me something like that out of nowhere? It's not out of nowhere. Not really, at least. It's just a trend I've been noticing lately. Man, just how close of an eye do you keep on me? A pretty close one. You're my role model, after all. Well, Aki, I didn't know you... At least as far as tennis is concerned. I'd probably break Mom's heart if I turned out like you as far as dates and studies are concerned. Mom's heart isn't the only one you're breaking! Huh? Nothing, don't mind me! Anyway, you didn't answer the question. Are you guys dating or not? That's a little... Should I tell him? I still don't even know where Keisuke and I stand on that. He didn't seem all too thrilled about the idea when I mentioned it, even though I phrased it as the far-off future thing. Which one? I tried so hard. It got so far. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Well, if you must know, we kinda are. Is that right? That's pretty awesome. You think so? You don't think it's weird or gross or anything? Huh? Why would I? I mean, we're both guys and all. What's with that antiquated point of view? That stuff doesn't matter. Really? Of course, so long as you both like each other, and then what's wrong with that? Anyone who disagrees can get fucked. I don't know if I should be happy you're being so supportive or if I should chastise you for cursing. I feel like we're losing track of priorities here. Right, sorry. Still, congratulations. I hope this one goes better than all the rest of your relationships. Oof! Oh!
Oh! Oh! Damn! Absolutely zero chill there. There was absolutely zero chill there. Ah! Oof. Did you really need to add that last part? Huh? But it's true. Aki, you're going to make your big bro cry! Oh, and before I forget, I wanted to let someone know I was heading out before I did. Where are you going? To the tennis club. Ah, I see. Alright, have fun. Thanks! Well, that was easier than I thought. Although, now I have to tell Keisuke that I told Aki. Really hope he doesn't get mad at me for this. A few hours later, I get to the station a few minutes before agreed upon time. Truth be told, I just couldn't force myself to wait around in the house any longer. Aki wasn't home. Mom probably went to bed super late and was still asleep. I ended up pacing around impatiently for hours and was about to crawl up the damn walls with how nervous I got. I'll admit that I've never felt this way before. I've always had a much more chill attitude towards everything. Imagine coming out to your mom. Bit personal. My mom, she knows that I live stream. But she doesn't know that I'm gay. Anyways. But for Yuichi, I imagine that she'd be supportive. She'd just be like, oh, well, good for you. And then go to work. I swear to God, Yuichi's mom is a workaholic. Who's had a much more chill attitude towards everything. Certainly never got this worked up over a date of my life. Which I suppose might be considered refreshing, if not for the fact that I've never been more stressed out in my life. Hyperbole aside, I underestimated just how nerve-wracking the idea of a first official date would... What if I do or say something stupid? And actually, what does a person even do on an official date? When I've had girlfriends before, dates were just an excuse to take them to the mall and let them gawk at the pretty things for a few hours so I wouldn't have to deal with them. Which probably doesn't make me sound great now that I think about it. God, am I just a garbage boyfriend material? Really hope I don't royally screw the pooch on this one. Yeah, like... My mom with my siblings, she's just like, whatever makes you happy. My dad, on the other hand, I don't know. I don't think he's ever going to know. Pretty sure with Casey, I can't just point out a window display and say, look, isn't that a pretty dress? There's just no way he'd be interested in that. Or maybe he would, although that might warrant a serious conversation for completely different reasons. Though I'll admit, I'm not totally opposed to the idea. What the hell am I thinking? Sometimes I'm glad no one gets to peer into the cesspool that is my imagination. I'd be seriously embarrassed and slightly concerned if anyone could. It's a good thing mind readers aren't a thing that exists. And I know, I've checked. When I was a kid, I used to think really weird thoughts while looking around the crowd to see if anyone would react to them. Yuichi. A familiar voice calls out to me, snapping me out of my internal monologue and bringing my attention squarely back to reality. Emerging from inside a luxurious black sedan that pulled over by the nearby street, I see Keisuke's pristine white figure. He smiles, casually hopping towards me. Yeah. Pretty sure you're meeting game. I break away from the crowd in front of the station to move somewhere a little more quiet, though it doesn't make all that much difference. It's still almost noon on a Saturday. And in front of me, one of the busiest train stations in town. Good morning. It's nice to see you. I don't know if I'd call it morning. It's almost lunchtime. Good. Almost lunchtime? You can just say afternoon, you goof. I mean, technically it's not afternoon yet. Don't make me smack you. You wouldn't dare. Try me and see. Alright, I believe you. Smart boy. So, what's in our itinerary for today? Oh my, aren't you a little eager? Were you really so excited that you can't wait even a little bit before wanting to rush off? What? No, that's not what I meant. Aw, so you're not excited to see me? How cruel, Yuichi. And here I was looking forward to our date all week. I mean, of course I was looking forward to it. Is that so? That makes me happy to hear. You're so cute when you're honest. Shut up. Don't call me that. Yeah, it's Kay's family. Oh, are you telling me you don't like it when I praise you and call you cute?
That's...
Yes.
maybe just like how I'm going to say it, you dumbass!
Ah, you caught on.
That's cheating. Teasing me is cheating. Absolutely not allowed. I call foul. For sure, a foul.
Really? Because I seem to remember you doing that to Yurata a lot. Even nearly made him call himself a good boy right in front of me. And that was played straight, too. What was it you said? Who's a good boy, was it?
That is neither here nor there, and I do not condone you doing this to me.
Aw, that's such a shame. You're the cutest when you're embarrassed.
Why do I get the feeling that I'm dating a sadist?
I wouldn't call myself that. Besides, is there nothing wrong with thinking my boyfriend is cute? I would think not.
But
And therefore, there's really nothing wrong here after all, is there? No foul play.
No, there's definitely something fundamentally wrong here, and it's your brain. I might have made a huge mistake falling for you.
Sorry. I was just having a little bit of fun. If you really don't like it, then I promise I won't do it again.
Well, I wouldn't say I hated it.
Is that so? My, that's really interesting to know.
I ended up getting into a relationship with a huge sadist. How could I have gone so wrong in life? Mom's probably crying right now.
You don't have to look at me like that. I promise I'll stop for now.
Yeah, sure, the for now is the part that worries me.
Either way, I did plan some activities for us. I'm sure you're going to have fun with them.
Oh, shit. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Just admit it, Yuichi. Admit it. You are a bitch. You don't just get to switch back to a normal conversation as if nothing had just happened. I'm seeing some astonishing new colors from you lately, but I'm not too sure about this love for teasing me that seems to only increase with time.
You're not even going to ask me what they are.
Yeah, right. Please do tell me what they are.
Why do you look so out of it all of a sudden?
You can't be seriously asking me that after you just did a huge number on my pride, can you? Look at what you almost got me to say, you moron! And in public, too! I'm sorry. All of our agents are currently busy. Please call again later or leave a message after the beep.
What is this, telemarketing? Is this some sort of game?
I guess I'm fine now. You can go ahead and tell me what you've got planned.
And not even acknowledging the weird thing you just said, are we? Fine. For now, let's take the train.
The train? Is this why you had us meet at the station? We're going somewhere we can't just walk to?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Couldn't you have just asked me to enter the car and gone with you from there? I know! And the evil furry cult.
Sure, but where would the fun be in that? Where would the fun in that be? Let's go exploring a little. It should be fun.
Exploring? It's a train on Sunday during rush hour. What's so fun about being treated like tuna inside of a can?
Was my idea bad?
No! Not necessarily bad, at least. It's just that, well, trains at this time can be a little bit full. And uncomfortable.
Is that so? I've only ever taken a train a couple times before, and they were always when I was with you guys. Never during weekend rush hour, though. It can't be that different, can it?
You know, for someone so smart, you can be so incredibly clueless sometimes. Just don't say I didn't warn you. You have zero right to complain about it later.
Roger.
An hour later. Oh, that is a very evil looking face. That is a very evil looking face. Hey, man. Everyone's welcome. Quick fun fact. Sam from the Just Chatting streams, he is straight. He is not gay. After a painful hour getting to experience just what it feels like to have... Just what it feels like living inside of a packed shoebox, Keikun and I finally managed to step out of the train. Our destination apparently sits about a 5-minute walk from the train station, so at least it didn't take us long to get here once we reached it.
Lord, is the train always packed that tight?
Pretty much, yeah.
Isn't there a passenger limit in it or something?
How would you even enforce that? Gay sounds funnier than saying LGBTQ+. Yeah, it does sound funnier. My younger sibling, they refer to the LGBT as the alphabet mafia. How would you even enforce that?
But
I did warn you, you picked the worst possible date and time to want to ride the train.
my whole body is super sore and stiff from the experience. And I had people brushing up against places that shouldn't be touched by strangers.
Welcome to the train experience. You're not one of the common folk.
That's not funny.
Well, it is a little funny, yeah. That's something pretty much everyone that's ever ridden in packed public transport has had to do with at some point. Honestly, it's to be expected that you'll have people rubbing against you or accidentally touching you somewhere unpleasant when everyone is shuffling around and just trying to stay on their feet in a moving vehicle. You're just naive to not have considered the possibility. So, where are we?
You can't tell?
I've never been here before. How would I even be able to tell?
Is that so? Lucky me, then. Alright then, Yuichi. Welcome to the Museum of Modern Art.
I see.
What's with that unenthusiastic response?
A museum isn't exactly the most interesting thing in the world. I'm not sure what you were expecting from me.
What? But I like museums.
Sure, you're allowed to like them. That doesn't mean everyone does. Well, that's not to say I hate it either. I'm at most neutral on the idea, so I don't mind checking it out with you. Your face already tells me you can't conceive how it could be possible for me to not be interested in this. Case-kun, you're so easy to read sometimes.
If you don't like it, then I can think of something else for us to do.
What? No, don't be ridiculous. If you're excited about that, I'm also excited about it. Don't need to worry so much. Realistically, there's no way you and I would be into the exact same stuff, but I'm willing to give something a try if it's something you like. Most of the time, at least. There are some things that will be a hard pass, no matter how much you might ask.
I suppose that's also fine. Still, I feel a little bad for not having even considered the possibility that you wouldn't be interested in the museum.
I'm sorry. Wait. The LGBTQ doesn't exist? It doesn't exist? And I'm back. I was literally sitting there holding my breath. I was literally sitting here just holding my breath the entire time.
I'm sorry.
It's not like you being self-absorbed is any news to me. I'm used to this much, and I have no problem dealing with it every now and again. Besides, while you're aware of your flaw... and working on it, I can't expect you to do everything perfect all the time. Why did you want to come here anyway, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm not really sure how to answer that.
How can you not be sure? Is I like art not a good enough answer?
Well, yeah, there's that. But
But?
how about we just go inside? There's no point in staying out here doing nothing.
Oh, right. Okay, there's actually a lot of cool art, like, here. Heading inside, we have to go through a screening station by the entrance. Getting passed through a metal detector and a few guards before being given a stamped slip of paper saying we are allowed to head inside. I didn't know people were this gung-ho about security inside a museum of all places.
They keep priceless works of art inside. Of course they'll be extra careful.
Really? So this is how it is in every single art museum? Sounds like a real drag.
Not every single one.
So it's just this one that's a drag. Good to know, I suppose.
You're just complaining to rile me up, aren't you?
No, and here I was hoping to get a little more mileage out of that trick.
And then you complain about me having fun at your expense. I guess I shouldn't feel bad for teasing you after all.
Hang on a second.
Oh, how I'll have fun breaking you.
Don't you think that's going a little bit far?
I'm only joking.
Hold up. Oh. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
I'm only joking. It's fine so long as that's the case, isn't it?
Sure, except the problem here is I don't believe you were really joking.
Which of the wings should we check out first?
They have wings here? Like sculpted ones or made from real feathers?
Please tell me that was a joke.
Huh?
I mean a museum wing, you know, a specific part of a building.
That's a thing? I've never heard of it before.
Really? I thought that would be a pretty common term.
I don't usually go to museums, okay? What do you want from me?
Sorry, my bad.
I feel like I'm being made to feel stupid. And somehow the fact that he's apologetic over it only makes it worse. Is it just me? About the whole, your little brother thing, I feel like I can't really say anything. Like, I feel like on some weird level, I know family members, my family members that are like that a bit. Because I have a couple of family members that are like that. And I've been trying to distance myself from them. I do not know if I should say anything. Yeah. Again, I do not know if I should say anything, because it's your life. But I feel like that's the kind of person that you might want to distance yourself from. Again, I do not mean to, like, tell you how you should live your life. You do you. But, honestly, like, I don't know.
Either way, this museum has quite a few Van Gogh pieces, and they're a big draw for the people that show up here.
Funny you say that, because this place is surprisingly empty for a Sunday afternoon. I mean, I get that maybe museums just aren't that popular of a pastime, but I expected there to be more. Just more.
It can't be helped. They're not running any special exhibition at the moment.
Special exhibition?
Yeah. Sometimes museums organize to rent specific high-interest items for a limited amount of time so they can display them in a themed exhibition. Like Van Gogh Month or Picasso Week or something like that.
The only reason I recognize those names at all is because of school, not gonna lie. Yeah.
Heh, that's alright. I don't expect you to be some kind of art connoisseur. I'm not super knowledgeable either. It's just something I like to do sometimes. It's relaxing.
Huh, never thought of you being involved with that sort of thing.
Really? Son of a rich, snobby family, have you learned nothing about me so far?
I guess that's a point.
Actually, I'm pretty sure we had this exact conversation before when I told you guys I played violin.
Oh yeah, I think I remember something like that. Still, Keisuke keeps surprising me often with these kinds of information. Guess I'm dating someone very cultured and smart, huh? Don't know if I should feel intimidated or lucky by it. Yeah! Yeah! Ah! Aggression. By comparison, I'm the dumbass bumpkin that is constantly looking at him like a glass-eyed moron and needing apparently simple concepts explained to me. I wish I could say something like, "At least I'm pretty," but even I'm too self-aware for that. Why don't we just take a spin around? spin around the place at random. We don't really need to have a set route to have fun, do we?
Yes, that's true. So long as I get to spend time with you, I'm already going to be having fun anyway.
That's so sappy. You're a flatterer.
Maybe a little.
Let's go this way then. I point down the path to the left, which, as far as I can tell, seems exactly the same as the one to the right. Just spacious hallways with lots of paintings hanging from the walls, a few sculptures peppered around the room, and some bright orange lights hanging above us from the ceiling. Every single wall in here is of a pure white that almost hurt the eye staring at it. I suppose since the point here is to pay attention to the art, they tried to make the environment as clean and bland as possible. White walls on hardwood floors. It's certainly pretty, but also a tiny little bit boring. I was working on a video. I scrapped it. Working on a video, and one of the things, I would literally have to go like, it's certainly pretty, but also a tiny little bit boring. And again, I'm totally out of my element here, so I probably won't find anything terribly exciting in this place. But if Keisei is having fun, then I can make myself enjoy it as well. This one is a bunch of colored dots on a blue background. Enrapturing.
You're being sarcastic now.
What? I would never.
The plaque says this one is called Astral Bodies.
What? What is astral about it?
And maybe each of the dots represents a planet in the bluest space.
That sounds incredibly pretentious.
Art is subjective. It doesn't always have to be something you can just recognize at a glance.
I get it. It's definitely stupid, but still, I get it. I wonder if any of these are for sale.
This is an art museum, not a gallery.
What's the difference?
Museums don't sell their stuff while the whole point of galleries is to sell art.
Really? That sounds way too simple to be true. So, are these all from famous artists?
It depends on your definition of famous. Not every artist showcased here will be put in history books, but they've all achieved some level of fame. Although it's the kind of fame where the only people who know about them are other artists and connoisseurs of art.
You're telling me painters don't have hordes of paparazzi running them down the street like giant celebrities? I am awed.
Shut up.
Okay, Mr. Art Expert, what's this one supposed to be? I point at another painting that, at least to my untrained eye, seems like a gray blob on white canvas. The name on the placard says colorless palette.
I don't know. Ugly.
Oh, wow! That's definitely not the kind of answer I was expecting from you, of all people.
I did say I wasn't an art expert at all. You're just trying to make fun of me because I had an out-of-the-box interpretation to the last one.
Am I? I guess I didn't notice. What about this one?
Are you going to ask me that for every single painting?
Psh, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Just gonna do it enough times so it stops being fun. Keisuke playfully punches my shoulder, chuckling and shaking his head sideways with a grin.
You're an idiot.
You say that like it's a bad thing. From where I stand, all it means is that you fell for an idiot.
I guess I did, didn't I? Oh, hey, this sculpture is new.
The hare walks away from me, half hopping towards a tall, helisoidal, I think that's how you pronounce it, sculpture surrounded by a glass box. Is that brushed aluminum?
It seems like it, yeah. The name is Steps to Success. I suppose these do resemble stairs a little bit.
Man, who's naming these?
It's a recent piece, too. 2011. That's only 5 years ago.
Does it still count when it's December 2011? That's more like 4 years and 6 months ago.
December 2011 is still 2011. Besides, didn't think you'd be such a stickler for an accurate time frame.
I don't know. Just feels like a museum is exactly the kind of place where you'd want to be accurate, no? Like, what if a tour guide was just going around? The Meiji Restoration. It was sometime during the 1700s.
First of all, this is an art museum, not a history museum. Second of all, the Meiji Restoration was in 1868, so you even got the century wrong.
Well, excuse me, Professor. Not all of us know useless dates off the top of our head. Besides, I was just trying to make a point.
No, not knowing the date for the Meiji Restoration is a little bit...
So, what? You just know the dates for all important events in Japanese theory off the top of your head?
Not all of them.
You need more hobbies.
Right. Anyway, let's look at more pieces, shall we?
Smooth. Keisuke bounds away from me, pointing nervously at another nearby sculpture in an attempt to distract me with the pretty shapes and colors. Unfortunately for him, I do have a better attention span than a gnat. By the way, is there a cafeteria in here or something?
Not really. If you're hungry, we can go outside. There's a food cart right in front of the museum.
Nah, it's alright. Don't have to go through security more than once. It was already annoying enough the first time. I matter and I represent it. I said it.
It wasn't that bad. I just don't like those huge metal detector machines, okay? They make me feel very uneasy. How come? I just have this big fear that it'll go off even if I make sure to take off all metal objects and then I'll end up being tackled to the ground. You're either watching way too many movies or have really fertile imagination.
Either way, I don't like it. I'd rather not go through it again. We can eat later.
I only really planned for us to go to a restaurant after seeing some stuff done first. Not exactly dinner, but we realistically wouldn't eat until 4.
Oh, really?
I mean, we can push plans back a little bit and have lunch together after we get out of here instead.
Wouldn't that get in the way of anything you have planned for us? Like, is anything time sensitive?
A little.
A little?
I don't want to give away what it was, but I had planned for us to go to watch something that starts at 2 p.m.
Well, we only have an hour and a half for that, depending on how far it is. We'll barely have time to get there.
I did plan out the commute. It should only take us about 30 minutes to get there.
I'm sensing a but here.
Well, we do need to get a train again.
Of course we do. And going by car would probably take us twice as long too, so unless we want to leave the museum just half an hour after getting here, the time won't even work. Yeah, no, let's just stick to the plans you already made. It's fun to skip lunch once in a while.
Sorry. I should have asked if you would be fine with that instead of just assuming.
Nah, don't worry. Won't be the first time I skip lunch. I just wasn't expecting it. I'm sure we'll have fun regardless, so don't worry so much about it.
Still, date has barely started and I already messed up on a bunch of things. I wanted our first date to be perfect.
There is no such thing as a perfect date, you goof. Especially when it comes to a first one. You're only a person. I can't expect you to never make mistakes.
Boy, I wish you could teach my family to think like that. It'd be really helpful.
I'll bet.
In fact, they've been getting on my case even more lately.
Oh, goody. Did we reach the family bashing portion of our romantic date already?
Sorry. This really isn't the time for me to be venting, huh?
What? Since when do you start being self-conscious over that sort of thing? That's so unlike you. Just speak your mind like you always do, you dumbass.
I wish you wouldn't just casually insult me while trying to cheer me up, especially considering how you were the one who made me realize how self-absorbed I am in the first place.
I lazily pat the hair right next to me on top of his head, running my fingers through his soft, pristine white fur. Keisuke barely even reacts to it at all, which I'm not sure whether it's a good or bad thing. I do have to keep myself from wanting to play around with his ears, however.
You just seem so cute and fluffy that I can't help but want to play with them and tug on them!
Remember I used to do the size ears all the time when we were kids? Boy, she never really liked that much. I'm surprised I have no scars from back then, given just how often she'd strike me for being an idiot. I really was a careless, rambunctious child, wasn't I? But when I think about it, from the time that I met Shoichi and Sai until the start of my middle school years, I really have no unpleasant memories at all. All the bad things that happened were really small and easily forgotten. All I'm left with are these fond memories in me now. So weird to look back on that, but so fun too. What is only making me want to play with Keisuke's ears even more now!
And why are you looking at me like that? Should I be worried?
Oh, sorry. It's nothing major, just a quick trip down memory lane. What were you saying?
Well, they've been cracking down on me even more lately, setting up loftier expectations for school, stricter curfew, more tasks related to the company for me to do. I have no doubt in my mind that this is punishment for me refusing to leave the band. I'm sure they're probably doing all this to eat away at my free time and keep me from spending much time with them.
Ah! Oh no, that all sounds really, really bad. Are you sure it's alright for you to take a whole day off to go on a date with me with that in mind?
I'm not going to stop living my life just because they want to force me into a position that I have no intention of taking. I said from day one that I have zero intention of ever inheriting the company. If they were smart at all, they'd have sent me back to my mother long ago.
I see. I just hope they don't come up with even worse ways to punish you.
They can try, but there's nothing they can do to break me. Besides, if they bother me too much, I still have all the savings I've accrued over the years. Once I turn 18 in a few days, they'll have zero legal right to keep me against my will, and I have enough money to be able to live on my own.
Isn't that basically cheating when the money came from them in the first place?
It's not my problem. Father gives me a ridiculously high allowance and never checks if I even spend it. I have enough saved up to live comfortably for the rest of my life by now.
I have no doubt that that is true, having already had some experience with just how ridiculous his living situation is when it comes to that sort of thing. That doesn't mean I want to hear you talking about how rich you are. Read a room, dude, for God's sake.
Why are you frowning at me like that?
It's nothing, don't worry so much about it. Still, you should probably be careful. You can never know what else they might try to do to keep you on a leash.
Bring it. I say, I absolutely refuse to let them control me.
You complained about my face not 30 seconds ago, but now you're the one looking super scary. Just be careful, alright? Don't go poking the hornet's nest for no reason.
I'm not stupid. I won't take risks I don't need to take, and I'll make sure to minimize the ones that I do first.
You say that, but I also know your temper can get the best of you sometimes.
I'll be fine, really. I just needed to vent a little bit.
Of course, you can vent to me whenever you need.
I'm I might end up taking advantage of that.
That's what I'm here for. Keisuke smiles, brushing his hand against mine and squeezing it for just a second before letting it go again.
Alright, time to go check out the other wing. That one is the older paintings from artists like Van Gogh.
Man, you've mentioned his name a ton of times already. You must really like the dude, huh?
His name is just the more recognizable name that I know.
Sometime later. We're gonna leave off here tonight. Whoop, 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 whoa, whoa. Anyways, stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.